Okay, so my last video stated that the twin flame relationship is not real. And when I said that, I expected people to feel into the entire message that I sent out, and the majority of you did, but a small percentage had a knee-jerk reaction, and they got really upset, and I don't even think they watched the rest of the video, because they have this idea that I don't support the twin flame concept, and I do. And so here's what I'd like to tell you about the twin flame concept, and this is what I've received through channel. So I'm just the channel, you guys. The twin flame concept is one of the truest things that exists. But what we have created it as is false. Completely false. That's confusing, right? But I want to give you total clarity into the full message. I had to put that other video out. It shook you, it rocked you. It shook you in the places where you were unsure of yourself and your belief as well, or you wouldn't have lashed out. And for the rest of you, it brought forth a lot of clarity, and there was that feeling of resonance. The concept that there is all this energy coming into the world and embodying people, so spirits coming in and embodying these bodies, it means we've all come from something bigger, a bigger piece. So here's the big piece of spirit, and here are the parts of spirit manifesting in bodies. It is the concept of oneness, that we are all one and we are all connected. And though we say that, we have not fully felt that oneness and connectedness, so it's not something that's true to every part of our being. We're like, oh yeah, we're all one. But what does that even mean? What does that really feel like? And so what we did in our higher selves was we created the concept of a twin flame, which is a diminished version of the truth. And it's very important because it's all many of us can grasp onto, because we're using such a tiny fragment of our intelligence. It's hard for us to believe things. New things come into our existence and we're like, what? No. We see magic and we're like a little freaked out about it. We aren't entirely broad in our minds. I mean, and even if you think you're broad-minded, there's so much more for you to take in, understand, believe, and experience. And so, to a lot of people, the twin flame concept is one of the biggest things they've ever believed in. One of the most magnificent things. And it is this big in the huge scheme of things, but it's so important. It's like a step that gets us to the truth. The twin flame concept is a step that gets us to the truth. As long as we move towards the truth in the twin flame concept, instead of just staying in the twin flame concept and obsessing over it and turning it into something really small and really diminished. So once you are able to meet someone and recognize that you were once connected, that is a being that you found that recognition with. You were also connected to me. You are also connected to them and then and your brother and your sister and your father and the grocer and your realtor and the mailman and anyone you see, meet, or come in contact with. We were all part of the same thing. But our subconscious created these concepts and the ideas of the twin flame. Our subconscious and our higher self created these aspects. I didn't mean to say subconscious, I meant to say higher self. But they said subconscious, so that was also a part in it. So those two pieces of us created the twin flame concept. When I say we made it up, obviously we didn't in our ego human form. Are you crazy? We couldn't come up with something that awesome. We, in our subconscious, made that up. We drew forth the experiences and the people to fulfill those roles, or in this case, the one person to fulfill that role. Because we decided to believe in this concept and create it subconsciously. That's why when we meet that person, there's that spark. Even if we're not fully aware of the twin flame thing, we create something so magnificent as to remind us of the oneness. So we find that oneness with one person, okay? And it's that recognition of, I've known you before, you've known me before, we know each other. This is connection, this is spark, this is love, love, love. And no matter the challenge, no matter the obstacle, ego has no place, and it's all love, 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 love. It's all love. It's all love. What a concept. But the issue is people are getting obsessed with it. My point in the videos is to pull people away from the pain and allow them to find their own direction through this concept into the bigger concept of overall oneness, because that's where it's leading us. It's leading us into a selfless sort of love with the whole world, not a selfish one-on-one love where we have to have that person and us two are just in it and everybody else is whatever. You know what I mean? It's like that overall oneness that we're trying to get to. So once we can connect with our twin, and it doesn't matter if the relationship lasts or not, but once we connect with that oneness, we have that feeling with our twin that we've created. And really, it's just a random person in this world. Oh, this might ruffle some feathers too, but here I go. Once we choose someone to have as our twin and we get to feel all those feelings, we are capable of feeling those feelings with everyone in the whole world. The oneness, the joy, and maybe not the sexual part. That may be something our subconscious drew forward in that person to pull us in so we could experience the twin flame concept, okay? Not every part of your twin's relationship was divine twin flame, you know? Not every part of it. You also have some human aspects in there too. But that divinity and that connection is yours to have with anybody. So don't get stuck thinking, oh, this is the one time I'm going to feel this. That's the crap we're trying to get away from here. That is what we're pulling away from here. That is not the only person you're going to feel that with. As a matter of fact, that may be the very teensy-weensy tip of the iceberg of what sort of connectedness you can feel with someone. And like I said, you're not going to date the world. You're not going to have sex with the whole world. You're not going to have every component of this particular experience with everyone. But it is all the fantastic, divine moments that you've had with that person you're capable of having with the entire world. That feeling of oneness, wholeness, return to self. Because when we return to the pieces of all that is, which is where we came from, we do return to ourselves. We do return home. We are home. And what a wonderful feeling. Can you imagine breaking away from your twin and being able to reconnect to other people in that way? Or even continuing on with your twin and you guys connect with the whole world, and it's like you draw in spirit back to this one piece of wholeness, and we remember how powerful we are and how connected we are. That's what I'm saying about the twin flame not being the whole truth. It is a diminished version of the truth, and if you get lost tumbling in it, if you get lost trying to own the person you think is your twin, or thinking you have to connect with that person because it's the only time you'll ever feel this, that's when the twin flame concept gets really, really ugly. But it is important for many of us who aren't vibrating where we need to be to go to the next level. It's really important for us to fall into this concept and learn to love with that one person. And when we can come to that place of just loving, 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 then we can broaden it out to the rest of the world. But it's very important to have the experience of the return to home with that one person, so then we can feel it with the whole wide world and all the beings in it. I hope that was clear. I hope that you know that I value this experience. I still do twin flame work because I think it is such an important step. I've learned so much through it. I'm learning so much through it. I still refer to the person that I created as my twin. I still refer to memories and feelings with that person to help myself learn and grow. It's a brilliant concept that we've come up with back here and drawn forth into our physical reality. And I honor your twin flame relationship. I honor your thoughts. I honor your process. I'm in no way trying to diminish what you're doing by saying it's a diminished concept. I'm saying that to show you what vastness is available from it. It's not something that needs to compress and suck you inwards. It's something that is meant to expand you out. And if you're expanding out, keep going, keep flowing, keep doing it. And I dare you to look around the world and choose people and say, you're my twin flame. And let that feeling of recognition hit you. Let that feeling of home hit you in a stranger. Feel it. It's out of this world, awesome, but it's exactly what we're meant to do, I believe. I've been channeling, I've been just basking in it, you know? Let yourself be free of the pain of all this, because it gets really egoic. Like, a lot of the twin flame crap out there is really egoic and possessive and kind of bittersweet and just, ugh, and it's really meant to be something bigger than that, so. I just want you to know that I honor you. I'm not here to do anything but honor you and uplift you, and I wish the best for everyone who has a twin flame experience, and I wish for ever expanding feelings of love and empowerment, and I hope this video empowers you, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to shake you up and empower you. Okay. That's it.